Coming up on this edition of Speed Chronicles, Viva Las Vegas.
SIG Media presents
Speed Chronicles with Todd Lewis.
Powered by Rev TV.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out this week's edition of Speed Chronicles. We do it every Wednesday on the Rev TV YouTube channel. It's available, of course, on your favorite podcast platform as well. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Share it around. Thanks for all the feedback and comments so far this season. Okay, where shall we start? An eventful racing weekend in Las Vegas for Formula One. Let's go back and talk a little bit about the weekend. Qualifying. I'll tell you, it was something to watch. Some of the absolute best car control I have ever seen performed on a track, especially during Q1 in Formula One qualifying. That track was wet. There were some brilliant saves, and it was something to watch. I mean, within a whisker of crashing and smashing their car into the wall. It was unbelievable. Mistakes were made. Things worked out well for some. Lance Stroll, oh man, I don't know why they switched to tires when they did. It ended up burning them. Anyhow, on to the race. Lando Norris, bold move off the start, but it cost him. Did all he could to try to cover off Max Verstappen, try to hold on to corner number one. Didn't work out. He ended up slipping back. Did manage to climb back and finish second. Max was Max. One hand on the wheel, cruising to the victory and the checkered flag. Early incident with the safety car. I know that they said afterwards that things were under control. But as I watched that camera shot, and these cars are hurtling towards the corner, and there are guys in orange jumpsuits scrambling away from the track, scared the hell out of me. I don't know about how they do a little track cleanup at some of these events, but that one looked frightening. Anyhow, everyone came out okay. Earlier in the year, I thought Oscar Piastri was up to the challenge of winning the World Championship. As his performance has demonstrated in the back half of the season after the summer break, it has fallen off. Maybe if there wasn't a month off, maybe he just would have continued through and carried that momentum and everything would have been fine and he would have been able to secure the World Championship. But of course, with 4 weeks off, teams do updates to the cars, things change. You get in your own head with stuff like that. Sometimes you have too much time to think. And it worked out against them. Then, of course, we got the post-race news that both McLaren cars were disqualified. Finished second, finished fourth, Norris, Piastri, disqualified. Now, 2 races to go in the Formula One season. Lando leads, Max and Oscar 24 points back. Remember when I said I didn't think Max was a legitimate championship contender because there were too many points in between him and top spot? That's sort of been erased now, hasn't it? Now, who could have seen both McLaren cars getting disqualified? Pretty sure no one had that on their bingo card. These are the rules. You contravene them, you get disqualified. It was a mistake. It happened. The team apologized. Now you got to move on. Now you got to think about what to do with 2 races to go. What's your strategy if you're McLaren going forward? Do you give Lando anything and everything he wants, as some have suggested? It's got to be all about him and trying to win the title. But what if he has a bad race in Qatar? That could be a mistake if you focus all your efforts there and just kind of leave Oscar blowing in the wind. It might not be the best. Personally, I think you keep the same strategy. You have been all about both drivers getting equal resources and being 2 number 1 drivers, and they're treated that way. Don't favor one over the other. But I think what you try to do is everything that you can to ensure that the McLaren cars finish 1, 2 in the driver championship. Most important, of course, is to have a McLaren driver win the drivers championship. After securing the manufacturer's title so long ago, what a disappointment that would be to not have one of your drivers win the drivers championship. What if Max is able to score a 5th title? How big a blow would that be to McLaren? There's a lot of pressure on Team McLaren right now with 2 races to go. Overall, the Vegas event was Vegas again. This race is unlike the others. It's as much spectacle as it is sport. And I think they've got the balance right now. It was a lot of flashing lights and glitzy rhinestones and stuff year number one. That's been toned down a little bit. I think it's a little better balanced now. Loved the Lego Cadillac that paraded the drivers around after the race. Super fun. Another great activation by Lego. Did anyone in the Eastern time zone do what I did to watch this race? So I knew that, it's going to be midnight, 12:30, 1 o'clock before this is over. And I'm not going to be at my best. I'm not going to be as sharp as I want to be watching this. Recorded it. Woke up, didn't open my phone, didn't look at the results, had no idea. Hit the play button, watched the race. And then, of course, after I finished watching it, I knew immediately about the disqualifications. Kind of worked out for me that way. All right, a couple of other stories to get to. NASCAR has got lots going on, but I want to get an IndyCar note in here, too. Mick Schumacher officially signed on to race for Rahal Letterman-Lanigan in 2026. It's an interesting move. We talked a bit about it before. It gives lots of attention to the team. He brings lots of attention because of who he is. They have made big moves at RLL during the offseason. They brought in a lot of people. That's Jay Frye who's done that. He's the guy in charge of moving Rahal Letterman-Lanigan up the ladder in terms of performance. This is the guy that used to be in charge of IndyCar before he got turfed out before the start of the 2025 season. Isn't it curious that the apparent issue with Jay Frye was that there weren't bigger leaps, bigger growth year over year in the series, but he's the one that's in charge of making these bold moves at Rahal Letterman-Lanigan. Kind of makes you wonder if Jay wanted to do more things that IndyCar wasn't necessarily really comfortable with before they decided to make the change. Okay, NASCAR. The lawsuit bombshells continue. Have I mentioned that this is a fight to the death, or at least that's what it's appeared to be? Did you see the now revealed text messages, DMs, emails that were exchanged by NASCAR executives over the previous couple of years? It's the latest document dump that they conveniently do on Friday afternoons. It's a long-held PR strategy. Bad news doesn't look good. Get it out Friday afternoon. Those were some ugly comments that were made. I'm sure you noticed that the stuff gets released on Fridays and everybody's got kind of the weekend to chew on it. It's not good. And now everybody's fighting over literally who gets to sit at the table in the courtroom if this thing does begin trial on December the 1st as scheduled. It's which of the team owners and NASCAR executives are going to sit where. It's messy. It is messy. And they don't want witnesses to be able to hear testimony before lawyers are getting rich, lots of motions filed, tens of millions of dollars being spent. And I don't know where we're going from here. When the teams filed the lawsuit, it was mentioned to them by the judge that this could probably and possibly change the business forever going forward. Might be in your favor, might be in NASCAR's favor. It's looking like it might not be in either team's favor right now. It's messy. It is very messy. Don't you wish that they had a Drive to Survive behind the scenes thing going on with NASCAR right now? Maybe Law and Order, the NASCAR series. NASCAR's apparently got there's apparently a drama series that NASCAR is involved with co-producing now with the AMC network. It's not a reality type show. It's going to be a drama. It's not the reality stuff. It's interesting. Apparently it's being fast tracked. NASCAR's part of it. I don't care. I do hope though that it's better than that Kevin James piece of garbage of The Crew that they put out a couple of years ago where he was a NASCAR crew chief. What did that last? 3 episodes? It was also awful. I don't know what's going to happen with the lawsuit. Can they still settle? Yes. Even if they do, the question for me is how much damage has been done? NASCAR is not a mainstream sport like the NFL. So there is that part of it that it's not widespread on every front page, be it newspaper, be it website of every outlet. But I wonder how much damage it's done to NASCAR fans who are starting to get a lot of information and things that have taken place in the last while. I think this is going to make an incredible 30 for 30 ESPN kind of documentary in the next few years. I think it'd be really difficult to produce, but I think somebody will do it years from now. But I really wonder about how much damage has been done. That's the thing for me that I'm waiting to see the fallout over the rest of the off season and into next year, what the response is when NASCAR comes back in 2026. But we got lots to talk about still with Formula One. They are back in action on two more weekends, and that'll wrap up their championship. Going to be interesting to see how that plays out starting this weekend. Have a great weekend of racing. Happy Thanksgiving if you're celebrating. It's my favorite holiday, so looking forward to it. But enjoy a great weekend of racing. Thanks again for following, liking, and subscribing. Hit the button. We'll do it again next Wednesday.